Hello.
Hi.
Welcome
That was
back.
so disingenuous. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you?
I am doing okay. I would say great,
Yeah,
but
you would say
I
great.
would say great, but I stayed up really late last night watching Chicago PD again.
How
I've got
how late did you stay up?
I mean,
Because
probably only
infamously, we don't stay up very late, the two of us.
it was probably only till like 1 a.m., maybe a little bit past, but
Oh,
that's very late for us.
that's incredibly late for us.
Yeah.
Well, for you, obviously, specifically, but for
Very,
us.
very late.
Wow, impressive.
hmm
Um,
Burning through those episodes.
yeah, Chicago PD. Is it PD or Chicago Fire?
PD, there is fire
PD.
as well.
Right, right. I feel like my parents watched that. I don't know though.
Probably. I'm not
Yeah,
usually
people
into
do like those shows though.
yeah, I'm not usually into like network television. You can't really call it a sitcom. Like a drama? Is that a drama? It's
I
good.
would. Okay, we can call it good, I guess.
So what have you been up to?
um, oh my god, I went to the doctor
Okay.
this week.
Good.
Yeah, went to a back doctor because I turned 28. Woke up, starting to fall apart. That's fun.
I mean, you made it further than
And
the rest of us. I'm pretty sure I was like 18 when I woke up and couldn't
oh,
stand straight.
yeah, that's not great. On your end.
No.
Uh, but yeah, I have to start going to physical therapy on Monday. So I bought some new like workout clothes because I don't really have any.
That's a
So
great
just in
reason
case.
to buy new
Yeah,
workout
yeah,
clothes.
yeah. Bought this yoga block that my microphone is sitting on. So that's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a great day. I went to Uniqlo.
Okay, now
Eh,
this is actually awesome. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
those of you who don't know what Uniqlo is,
I would be surprised if people didn't.
we're
But I guess my
obsessed.
parents listen to this, so explain.
I mean, my parents know about Uniqlo because I forced their clothes on everyone for the holidays this past year.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's this Japanese store, um, very popular around Europe. Very
There's only
popular around
like
Europe.
one recently in Madrid, but there's a shit ton in France, I remember.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then growing in popularity in the US.
hmm
I think the first time I saw one was in Chicago, like Magnificent Mile. So that's not accessible for most people. But there
I
is
have no idea
one
what that is.
in a newer, like multi-use center by me. So they're basics, like classic, clean, um, just like really good quality, affordable, nice looking basics. That's how I would put it.
Yeah. It's lots of colors. I noticed that today. I
hmm
was like, wow, like everything they have is in like 20 different colors.
Which is perfect. It's
Yeah, no,
like
I mean,
when you turn 80 and you find that one like pantsuit that you love and you buy it in 10 different colors. Except we're not 80 and we can
not
just go
wearing
to Uniqlo
pantsuits.
and buy everything in 10 different colors.
Yes, that was an interesting metaphor, simile, example thing. I don't really know literary terms,
I'm an
but I
interesting person.
understand.
Yeah.
I understood. I mean, I did buy 3 of the same jacket from
See,
Uniqlo. Yeah,
I bought two of the
yeah,
same
it tracks.
jacket, two different colors. Honestly, if they had been on bigger sale, I probably would have bought like 5. But now Uniqlo knows that that's my favorite item there. They send me emails like every week saying,
Oh, they're
"Oh,
probably just serving
your
it to you.
favorite
Yeah,
item is back in stock." It's
and you're
back.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't buy another one.
They already don't fit in
But
my closet. What am I going to do with 3 more?
yeah, I'm running out of closet space. I did have something to update. So on the last episode, um, what was I going to say? Oh, on the last episode, we had discussed something that I have an update on.
Okay.
And you don't know what it is.
Give us the update. I'm excited.
Okay,
I love a surprise.
Yeah, so I have a surprise for you. And this is obviously going to be very visual, so I'm just going to do my best with describing. But I received something, finally.
You did not.
I did. I received it. I received
finally...
my Christmas gift from Belarus.
From Belarus.
Yes,
which is
it's a
brilliant.
petite paquet, and then Cyrillic. I don't know what that says. It says petite paquet in Cyrillic.
Petite paquet.
Yeah, it's all in French, so that's actually perfect.
Convenient.
It's a cadeau, a present.
Ooh, yes.
This is now a education podcast.
We love cadeau.
Yeah, and then it says what it is on there, so I would have been spoiled to learn it anyway. Should I open it?
Yes, please open it.
Okay.
Yeah, customs is such a party pooper, forcing you to write exactly what it is on the outside of the package.
Sorry if this is loud on the pod. It's actually it's double wrapped. Okay, so the package that it came in. Look at this beautiful Christmas wrapper.
Yes, I paid for Christmas wrapping.
Oh, you did.
So here is your Merry Christmas. Literally a month later.
Oh yeah, straight up a month later. Yep. All right, so here we go. Here's the snip of the rope string. Look at that. Oh, that didn't work.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah. The paper is really nice. It says
it's
made
pretty.
with love. Oh, it is beautiful. The paper's like corrugated or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, they like literally hot. Oh, the wrapping is stunning. Okay, I'm gonna rip this bitch apart. This is taking too long.
I'm really happy that it got to you because I still haven't heard from the seller. I messaged them and they didn't message me back.
Now you can message them and be like, "It arrived. Never mind. Haha. Thank you." Oh, it has such a cute little like. Sorry, this is like so not audio podcast friendly. It has a very nice card. It's like you can't see.
Yeah, show the camera. Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, sorry, it's nice. It's nice. Merry Christmas, BB. Love you and miss you. XX Alyson or kiss kiss. True. Do you miss me now?
I mean, a little bit less than I did a month and a half ago.
Oh my god, it's so nice. Oh, it's leather. They imprint it with the initials ERW. Me showing the camera as if I'm on a YouTube video.
Perfect.
It is super nice.
Okay, good.
Oh, and it's only gonna look better with time too.
This makes me feel
leather.
so relieved.
J'adore. Well, yeah, that was my surprise for you.
Fabulous. Like I said, I do love a surprise.
Yeah. Speaking of surprises, our message from later is a surprise.
It is a surprise. It's a message
but we're not there yet.
I sent to you.
Yes. Who knows how long ago? Well, Alyson does, but not me. Yeah, so I got that finally in the mail. It was a runaround with my front door man. He makes my life so difficult with the packages. He apparently has some schedule that like I don't know what it is, and I have asked him once what it was, and he was like, "It's my normal schedule." And I was like, "Yeah, but like times would be like beneficial to know." Anyway, I'm like on the way yesterday out of my house, and I'm like, there's like how do I explain this? So there's like 4 different doors to like buildings in my building complex or whatever.
Okay.
And so there's like this like gate kind of around it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like outside those doors, and there's the front door is like inside. So anyway, I'm walking outside. I'm like got my bags, AirPods in, listening to some new Music Friday, having the time of my life. Gotta get this. I was picking up vegetables, going to the vegetable store, and he's like, "Hola, hola, hola, hola," and I'm just like, "Yes." And I had checked the mail and saw that something was in there, and so I took it with me. It was like a card from Rob, of all people, and a message from him being like, package in, like, porteria for the front door person, like, and the date. And I was like, cool, I'll come. I don't see him when I left. I'll see him when I come back, yada, yada. I'm leaving. He says like, hola, hola. We're talking through the gate. And he's like, there's a package for you. And I was like, I know. I pulled out the paper and was like, I know. I was like, I'll be back in like 15 minutes. And he was like, do you want me to give it to you now? And I was like, clearly not. I am not even in the building and I'm leaving. So like, what, 15 minutes, baby?
Okay, but that's your mistake. Because if he was ready to give it to you then, you better take it. Did he disappear with it?
So, yeah, kind of. So I was like, I'll be back in 15 minutes. No, I don't want it now. And he was like, okay, well, I'm here till 8. And I was like, all right. But I didn't think that through. And I was like, well, I have to carry vegetables back anyway. I was like, I don't have room for this. I also didn't know what package it was. This was obviously a smaller package, but like could have been bigger. And like, now I guess that's why he thought he would give it to me then, because it was small. But anyway, yeah, I guess talking this through, it doesn't sound as dramatic as it was. Let me finish the story. I go to the vegetable place, buy my vegetables, come back. He's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, great. I'm not going to just stand outside, like wait for him. I need like another excuse to go somewhere to see if I can like get the package. So I wait some time, put my vegetables away, go back outside. I'm like, I'll go to the newsstand. I was like, maybe I'll pick up an edition of Vogue that I want to see, like read. Who knows? They didn't have it. It's fine. I come back. He's there talking to one of the other neighbors, this like woman who I see all the time. They're always chit-chatting. And I was like, great, he's going to have to end this conversation. Give me my package. No, fully just hands it to me. And it's like, here you go. And like, usually he has to walk me to the door where he keeps all the packages. And I was just like, thank you.
He was carrying that around with him
upstairs.
all night.
It must have been just in his pocket. He was like, do you want it now? And I was like,
It's pocket size. He was in the wind. He was on his schedule, and you needed to get on his schedule.
I mean, it's always that way, apparently. One time I had a friend come, and I had Natalie, friend of the pod. She was coming. This is obviously pre-pandemic times. And I was like, well, I can leave keys with the the front door guy. And so I had asked him one day, like, oh, what's your schedule? Because like I don't see you in the mornings. I rarely see you in the afternoons. Like, when are you here? And he was like, that's when he told me the normal thing. And I was like, bruh, I don't believe that.
My normal time means whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, apparently. And I got bamboozled, but I got my package. So I don't really know why I'm complaining.
That's all that matters.
Is that I'm complaining or that I got my package?
That you got your package. All we ever do is complain. So
Is this true? This is true.
That's the default. Yeah, so you mentioned you went to the vegetable store. We were talking about that in our group chat yesterday.
Yes. The group chat was popping yesterday.
Yesterday was wild. But you're like turning over this new leaf. You're going to the vegetable shop, getting vegetables. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am on a mad hunt to find Dunkaroos for our friend Alex in Canada. Apparently,
infamous Alex.
Yes. They re-released Dunkaroos last year.
I don't think I've ever had Dunkaroos.
You've had Dunkaroos. You grew up in America.
Like as a child. I don't think I had them.
How?
I know what they are, but I don't think I've actually like had any.
Wild, and I don't believe you. But anyway, they re-released them last summer. Only in America though. She can't find them in Canada. We do this for each other. We hunt food items down in our own countries that can't be found in the other ones and send them to each other.
In a way, it's back to our primitive roots. It's hunter-gatherer.
Exactly. Yeah. But we are hunting and gathering Dunkaroos.
Yes. Where did you have to go to find them?
So I did some research online. Apparently, when they first came out, everyone was finding them at 7-Eleven only. So I'm like, okay, there are a few 7-Elevens by me. I'll go to them, see what happens. I pull up to the first 7-Eleven. There's one guy in there checking out just as I'm about to come in. And so I'm walking around the store I'm slowly cruising up and down the aisles, searching intently. I look so sus. I'm like, this guy thinks I'm stealing something. I have this huge purse. My hands are in my pocket. I'm like, let me pull up my phone. Let me text someone. I was the whole time thinking about how suspicious I looked. So I'm like, I have to buy something. So I see a pack of gum.
Dunkaroos.
Well, surprise, they didn't have the Dunkaroos. But I see a pack of gum in like aisle 2. I still have 4 more aisles to go through. So I'm like, when was the last time I bought gum? I'm going to buy a pack of gum. So I get the gum, still cruising up and down the aisles. I'm like, let me get a bottle of water. That's more my speed. So I'm looking.
That's more my speed? A bottle of water?
Yes. Stick with me here.
Okay.
They don't have Evian. They don't have Aquapana. I'm a water snob when I'm not drinking tap water. I did not know this. All I drink is tap water now, but we can talk about my water snob days some other time. So I see the sparkling water, the Perrier. No Badois, our preference.
J'adore.
But
love a Badois, yeah.
We do love a Badois. I open up the door and I hear this weird alarm. So now I'm looking around.
What?
I'm looking around. God. I'm like, have I set an alarm off in the fancy water fridge? So I grab my water. I close the door. The alarm stops a couple seconds later. Finish cruising the aisles. Never find any Dunkaroos. I go up, I pay for my gum and my water, and I get out of there. The Dunkaroo search is not over. Today, I'm going to do something I haven't done in I don't even know how many years.
What are you going to do?
I am going to Walmart.
Oh my God.
Apparently there's a
true American experience.
A true American experience. I should be like documenting this whole thing. But yeah, apparently Walmart's the only place around here that has Dunkaroos. So the things we do for friends.
This is true. The things we do for friends. Yeah. Honestly, if you find any Chromatica Oreos.
What?
Lady Gaga Chromatica Oreos.
I did not know she had Oreos.
Yeah, I guess that's just a thing that gay people talk about. But if you see them,
I got
by chance, yeah, pick me up a pack. If next 7-Eleven you're in. On that note, I don't know what kind of a note it is, but it's a note.
It is a note.
We'll be back.
All right, we're back.
Woo!
Great break.
That was dumb.
So we're back. And it's time for our message. So I am going to share a message that I sent to you. Are you ready?
I'm so ready because I have no idea what this could be.
So we are throwing it all the way back to March of last year.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like 2016.
Anticlimactic. Look, I could have gone back to 2016, but we've got about 2 billion messages to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping it a little bit more recent.
Okay.
We're going back to the start of the coronavirus lockdown.
Oh my God, almost a year anniversary.
Almost at our 1-year anniversary. And it blew my mind reading these messages. How like young and naive and hopeful we were.
I don't know about that.
Not
you
young.
You were turning 30.
Let a girl hope. Okay. This was just days before I was gonna turn 30.
Oh my God.
Days before my 30th birthday. And honestly, like 3 weeks before I was supposed to get on a plane, fly to Madrid, and then you and I were going to fly to Italy.
True, we were supposed to gallivant
In Sardinia. It was going to be glorious. And, I mean, these messages, like I say, naive and hopeful. I was like, the lockdown in Italy ends the day before we're supposed to fly there. It's fine.
Oh my God, I I forgot you used to. You were like, you would tell me that, and I was like, I don't know.
I was trying to be on this like positivity kick, which is not my vibe.
You were manifesting. It just was poorly placed.
I was manifesting and it didn't work. So I was manifesting and it didn't work. So
what's your message?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What's the message?
So the message is, this bitch just burned 600 calories doing an hour and a half of jazzercise and aerobics. Quarantine lean. Here I come.
Oh. There's so much to unpack there.
So much.
The hashtag Corin lean.
Yes.
Choice. Love a pun. There's also the aerobics.
Yes.
Right? It was a jazzercise?
The aerobics and the jazzercise.
Yeah.
I mean, this, like I said, was early days of lockdown. So I was still working through all of the lockdown phases. We have the bread baking. I was frantically binging Elite on Netflix.
Good days.
Yes, great
Good
days.
days.
We were starting Italian courses.
We did. I finished mine. Did you?
I did not finish mine. But the intent was there.
Yeah.
You know, learning a new language. Embarking on a new exercise journey. I went from...
One that you're still on.
One that I'm still on, yes. I went from being in the boxing gym 6 days a week to...
beating the shit out of people.
Yeah. Or heavy bags. But...
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, same thing. I went from that to working out at home every day. And I don't know how I stumbled across this old school jazzercise video. But I did... And Judy Shepard-Missett changed my life.
Who?
Judy Shepard-Missett, the founder of Jazzercise.
Oh, there's a found?
She's the founder of Jazzercise. And she looked exactly what you imagined. Super tall, super skinny, the perfect bouncy hair, the multicolored leotards, cinched at the waist with a belt.
Mama, it sounds like you're describing me.
I mean, she is the female version of you. You should be teaching jazzercise.
Yeah. Bouncy hair.
A beautiful bouncy hair. Glorious.
You're like
sun shining off your golden locks.
Yeah. It's falling out of my head.
Yeah, I mean, aerobics was like one of the quintessential lockdown phases. And I'm still in it. I was doing Jane Fonda aerobics yesterday. And
literally yesterday.
When I tell you...
While voice messaging our group chat. Truly multitasking.
I am the queen of multitasking. But let me tell you all, aerobics and jazzercise is an incredible workout. You can judge it, you can hate it, you can laugh at it. But like the old school 90s aerobics and jazzercise videos are incredible. And they're hilarious. They make working out fun. So.
I haven't done one, but you are inspiring me. Maybe I will do one.
Do you know who has done them?
Alex?
Courtney Act.
Is this a person we know? Oh.
Courtney
I was
Act.
like, is this a person we know?
I mean, in our dreams, we know her. Do you want to explain for the people who don't know who Courtney Act is really quickly?
Yeah, that's funny because I just assume that everybody does know me and my gay bubble once again. Courtney Act, drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race season 6.
I was hoping you would know the season.
You've never even seen it.
No, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yes. Of course, not real time. I went back and watched it.
When did you go back and watch Drag Race?
I've seen like 4 seasons probably. Not in any order.
I don't remember this. I thought you just have never seen Drag Race before.
Where'd you get that idea?
I just assumed that you're one of those people that this happens to me a lot.
We watched All Stars together, did we not? All Stars 1?
No, I've never seen All Stars 1.
What?
Did we watch All Stars 5 at the same time?
Maybe I've seen more than you have. That's a lie.
You haven't seen... I've seen a lot of Drag Race. Wait, I don't remember. Because I feel like we would have talked about it. We talk about everything.
I'm sure we did talk about it, but I had only seen the All-Star seasons for the longest time. And I think maybe last year or the year before, I started going back and watching like the regular seasons.
No idea.
Yeah.
Shook.
Shooky
Wait,
cookie.
so that explains why you follow Courtney Act on Instagram. I thought you just followed her because she thought she was pretty.
No. So
Which
the
she
funny
is.
thing is, I've been following the members of the AAA girls for many, many years because
Iconic. Yeah.
I had a friend in grad school who showed me their Chick-fil-A video, and I was like, I'm here for this.
Well, that wasn't AAA. That was DVW, DWV. I forget what theirs was. It was
so
a different
maybe
group, but Willem was in it.
he showed me that, and then he told me about the AAA girls, and then
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, that Chick-fil-A one is so good.
so good.
Oh yeah, so wow, what a tangent.
Our specialty.
Wait, are you watching this season? No, you're probably not.
No, I'm not. I need to, but I
I
haven't.
wonder if I can give you my Wow Presents Plus. No, but on the US, sorry.
I'll find it.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Off the pod. Fuck. What was I talking about? I was talking about how
Courtney Act.
Who is Courtney Act? Season 5 contestant. Not going to spoiler alert anything. No, season 6 contestant. Not going to spoiler alert anything. Super famous.
She was also on
from
Australian
Australia.
Idol.
She was on Australian Idol twice. Once as boy, I don't know what his name is, and then as Courtney
Shane.
Act went farther. Shane, once as Shane, once as Courtney, went farther with Courtney. Was on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Got very famous there. Yeah, I mean like upper echelon of Drag Race girls. Yada yada yada.
Absolutely gorgeous, vegan queen.
Gorgeous.
So
she's vegan.
I'm pretty sure vegan, or at least vegetarian.
Yeah.
I digress. We're talking about aerobics and jazzercise. So
Right.
Courtney Act was very recently in quarantine in Australia because when you fly into Australia, they make you quarantine for 2 weeks. Like they literally snatch you up at the airport, put you up in a hotel, bring you 3 meals a day, test you. Like
They feed
the
you?
dream. Feed you. They feed you. They bring you 3 meals a day so you don't leave
That
your
is the
hotel
dream.
room. Yeah.
I'd
But
love to not leave a hotel room.
right. And just have food delivered outside your door.
Yeah, I want that.
So throughout
Anyway.
quarantine, Courtney was posting videos on Instagram, doing jazzercise and like aerobics in the hotel room every day as exercise. And I was living for it because obviously I've been on this aerobics kick for almost a year now.
Yeah.
So
She was following your lead as the influencer you are.
she was following my lead. I am an influencer. If you haven't seen
Oh.
any of my unboxings, you're missing out.
Well, no one has seen them because you just send them to me.
To you. I force
Yes.
all of my ridiculous content onto you, and you hype me up as a friend should.
Exactly. I mean, I am nothing but not a good friend to people that I like.
True.
Yep. But no one has seen those. It's just me with an 8-minute unboxing video.
Look, I'm not an
And I
editor.
watched the whole thing.
That's your job. You're the editor
it
in
is.
this duo.
I am. Beauty editor Edward. Richard Wojciechowski III.
Brains. Influencer. Alyson. Don't forget the influencer.
Yes, it's true. Brains and influencer Alyson.
That's
Yes,
me.
It's true. We both have our roles.
True. It works.
It does.
It works.
If it didn't, or if it doesn't, this podcast will be over shortly and everyone will know.
Yeah. When we disappear and you never hear from us again, you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, talking about how I have to receive the unlimited amount of content that you provide me personally to moi. I over the quarantine, you were talking about phases as well. Like when we used to watch movies together.
There was a time when we watched movies together. Yes.
Yes, which then turned into us watching TV together, which we haven't done in a while, but that's because we're doing this. But I digress. Back to the movies. You had never seen Lord of the Rings, and we were watching them together.
I hadn't.
And we watched the extended versions, they were long.
They were really long. That was like an all-day event. We had to take a break.
Yeah. We had to take breaks? Yeah.
We took breaks, like snack breaks. Yeah.
Snack break. Yeah. And, well, you had mentioned that you had also watched Elite at that time. And, did I tell you this? I think I did tell you that. No, I didn't tell you this. So it snowed in Madrid. I think I talked about this on the first episode. Not important. It snowed in Madrid.
The snow in Madrid was amazing.
Yeah, iconic. I'm done with it. So glad it's gone. Ran into one of the actors from Elite. Yeah,
What?
Ran into Omar, which there's only one other person personally for me that I would love to run into from that show, and that's the person who plays Omar's boyfriend, which is
Adam.
What's his real name?
Adam
Piper. Yeah, Adam Piper.
We would all love to run into him.
I would die to see him.
We would explode
Completely
into
combust.
a million pieces.
Million pieces. So now I've seen two actors from that show. Omar, we walked by each other, and it was one of those, like, while walking by, you realize it happened. And then I ran into someone, like, last December-ish with Natalie, who I live with. And it was one of the persons who's on, like, one of the people. Ooh, that's not bad English. One of the people who is in the new series.
Okay.
Manu. Someone.
We don't
not
know
as
him.
exciting. Yeah, we don't really know who he is yet. Just some like hot dude on Instagram. But I did run into Omar, and that was, I mean,
incredible.
You would think that I run into more famous people here because it's Madrid, but I don't. Other people do, but I don't.
So you have this moment where you're walking past someone on the street and you realize who they are as you're walking past them. Yours is Omar from this wildly internationally popular show on Netflix.
Yeah, horny murder teens.
My moment like this occurred in probably like the mid 2000s.
Oh my God.
But just think, like, typical me. Imagine what this could have been. Me.
It's like some trash VH1 MTV person.
Me in the Tampa, Florida airport on the escalators. So you've got the escalator going up and the one going down right next to it. I'm on the up. Who is on the down?
Wait, is it some athlete?
Two professional wrestlers that I watched.
Oh, athletes.
Athletes, yes. Two WWE wrestlers that I watched religiously every week on TV. Would literally tape them on VHS if I was not going to be home to see it. This is how obsessed I was with WWE.
I don't think I knew that you were obsessed with professional wrestling.
Surprise. We've both got surprises today.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Truly. I mean, that's on brand for you.
It's on brand for me.
Yeah, that's completely on brand. It just is. No, I'm already over the surprise. It totally makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah.
I warned you. I told you, like, imagine your wildest imagination. Who would I pass? It was like a moment when time stops and they're going down and I'm going up and I'm just staring at them. Wow. And I'm like,
I mean, you truly painted the picture with Tampa.
Well, yeah. Tampa Airport. What else would you expect there? And, I'm with my mom, my sister, my cousin. They don't care about wrestling. They don't know who this. I'm like, look, do you see? Look who that is. I'm freaking out.
Did they have names?
Their names, they were brothers, Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Wow, you really just rolled right off the tongue.
Yep. Still remember it like it was yesterday.
We're going to have to get into your professional wrestling obsession another day.
We can do that. I've got stories.
I can literally only imagine what stories you have. I don't doubt that. I think that about wraps it up for episode numero dos.
Yeah. Thanks again for listening in, and please send us your messages.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're done with the surprises, quote unquote. We're done with us doing the back and forth of the messages. It's next episode will be somebody else.
Yeah, now that you've gotten a chance to know us a little bit better, we want to hear from you guys. So email us.
The email is a message from postcards@gmail.com, and the hotline is 202-630-4509. And there's also a Google form, but like honestly just email us. But email us or voice message us, call us, whatever you want. About whatever you want, sorry.
Find us on Instagram, send us a DM. That works too.
Oh. Yes, that was very genuine. I was like, oh, it's a good idea. Okay, goodbye. We gotta go. Bye.
Bye.